The galaxy had heard many things about humanity, most of them wrong. Officially, the United Terran Coalition was a young species, still finding its footing among the stars. Unofficially, humanity had already survived 3 extinction-level events, a dozen wars for territory, and one very confused cosmic god who mistook Earth for a chew toy. But to the Dravik Dominion, the largest, deadliest military empire in the sector, humans were nothing more than primitive, soft-skinned apes who hide behind diplomacy. General Vorkal, Supreme War Marshal of the Dominion Fleet, made sure to broadcast that statement across every major system. And that was his first mistake. His second was demanding that Earth surrender before the Dominion even reached orbit. His third was calling the UTC's bluff. Because humanity didn't send a fleet. They sent 2 men. And not just any men. They sent the American Boogeyman and Baba Yaga. Beginning the challenge. General Vorkal stood on the bridge of the Dominion flagship Ravager of Suns, a titanic war machine covered in glowing red armor and razor spines. His mandibles clicked with amusement as his communication officers replayed the Terran message. On screen appeared a single ship, small, ugly, and unmistakably human. A battered Terran stealth corvette, flying alone. Vorkal laughed so hard his chest plates rattled. Is this a joke? Terrans send 1 rust bucket to face the Dominion armada. No, General, the comms officer replied. Sensors detect 2 life forms aboard. Vorkal bent forward. 2? That's even worse. Humans claim to be warriors, yet send 2 bodies to negotiate defeat. They are not diplomats, sir. Vorkal paused. What are they? The comms officer swallowed. Classified. Ultra Black level. Their code names are Boogeyman and Baba Yaga. Vorkal scoffed. Human superstition. He opened a galaxy-wide broadcast. To the primitive species known as humans. You are cowards. Come, let us show you how real warriors fight. The Terran corvette responded instantly. A gruff voice crackled through the speakers. Copy that. Permission to dock. Vorkal grinned. Let the cowards come. The arrival of nightmares. The docking bay of the Ravager of Suns was enormous, large enough to store dozens of gunships. Elite Dravaki soldiers in black armor lined every walkway, weapons primed, claws ready. Then the Terran corvette landed. It looked like a flying refrigerator with trust issues. 2 figures stepped out. The first was tall, broad-shouldered, wrapped in a dark tactical coat and combat gear. His expression was calm, eyes hidden behind polarized shades. His presence sucked the sound out of the air. This was the American Boogeyman, John Cross. Ex-Black Ops. Ex-everything. A walking nightmare with a pulse. The second was shorter, older, with a beard like winter frost and eyes like a wolf stalking a graveyard. He moved with the silence of a blade sliding between ribs. This was Baba Yaga, Mikhail Volkov. The man whispered about in the darkest corners of Earth's underworld. 2 men whose names alone had ended wars. General Vorkal marched toward them, flanked by his honor guard. Where is your army? He sneered. John Cross cracked his neck. You're looking at it. The Dravaki warriors laughed. All except Vorkal. He sensed something was wrong. Very wrong. State your purpose, he demanded. Mikhail stepped forward, voice quiet as a crypt. You insulted humanity. We're here to return the favor. Vorkal leaned down. You 2 are going to defeat my entire empire. John shrugged. Shouldn't take long. Middle. When the monsters were unleashed. Vorkal's laugh echoed across the docking bay. Kill them. 10 armored Dravaki charged. 10 bodies hit the floor before the alien spectators even blinked. John moved like a silent hurricane, breaking bones, crushing armor, firing 2 pistols with impossible precision. Mikhail flowed like a ghost, his blade whispering through the air, enemies collapsing before they even realized they were dead. Volkol's eyes widened. Elite units, forward. Dozens rushed in. Cross grabbed a fallen alien rifle, tossed it upward like a baton, caught it midair, and used it like a sledgehammer, cracking skulls through 3 inches of armor. Mikhail vanished in a puff of motion blur and reappeared behind the squad leader, blade dripping purple liquor. More soldiers charged. More died. The Dravik had fought trillions. They had never fought this. Taking the bridge. The 2 men cut through the ship like a disease. Army? Empty. Barracks? Silent. War room? Cleared. Every corridor echoed with screams, gunfire, and the quiet crunch of bones. Finally, they reached the bridge. Volkol waited with his final guard, gigantic, 4-armed brutes with plasma axes and shield emitters. John wiped blood from his gloves. Mikhail cleaned his blade with a white handkerchief. "General," John said, "you still think humans are cowards?" Volkol roared and charged like a tank. John stepped aside, caught one of the general's arms, and slammed him through a reinforced console. Mikhail pinned the other 2 guards to a wall with a rapid series of blows that looked almost lazy. The general staggered, bleeding and furious. "You monsters." John leaned close. "You picked this fight. We ended it." The ending. Why humanity sent only 2. They dragged Volkol outside onto the hull of his own flagship, now hovering above the Dominion capital. Every channel in the Dominion Empire was tuned in. Billions watched. John Cross held the general by the throat. Mikhail stood beside him like a statue carved from winter. John spoke first. "This is what happens when you threaten Earth." Mikhail added softly, "Next time, we won't send 2. John tightened his grip. Volkol croaked, "Why, only 2? John smiled, a slow, terrifying smile. "Because sending 3 would have been overkill." He tossed the general off the ship. The cameras captured the fall. Dominion forces surrendered within the hour. The Terran corvette left orbit without ceremony, without victory chants, without celebration. Just 2 men returning home. 2 men the galaxy would never forget. Epilogue. The legend grows. In the weeks that followed, whispers spread across star systems. Some said the American boogeyman killed 1,000 elite soldiers. Others said Baba Yaga cut through armor like paper. All agreed on one thing. Humanity wasn't weak. Humanity hadn't evolved on a gentle world. Humanity hadn't survived meteors, wars, and cosmic horrors by being soft. They had survived because, when pushed far enough, they became monsters. And sometimes, they only needed 2.